Alright. Hello everyone, I'm back. I'm gonna continue struggling with this puzzle, which really hints have not been helpful. I really might just need to look this up. Like, the hints are not helpful. Like, I really need to help. I really need some help with this one. I have no idea. Apparently, there doesn't seem to be much like walkthroughs, like picture ones for this one yet. I'm still a bit confused. But I don't have the hint thing on top, which means I probably don't have anything else I could connect, because there is like a hint thing on the top of the screen when I do. So I might have missed some stuff. I don't know, on my computer or what?
Mr. Ratchet, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you? The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these tickets and put them on the board.
Yeah. I'm a bit confused. Like, I don't know what else I'm missing. What else I can find? There's a magazine. Where's the bedside table on this side? She moved this side, sorry. I missed it.
The Orient Express departs from Istanbul next week. Interesting. I'll put it on the board.
Okay. Might be just what I'm missing, so. Do I need to look more at it? Yes, I do, sorry. I clicked out of the screen for a bit.
The event? Some old train? But that face, that man.
Okay.
Next week, a certain Edward Masterman will be on the Orient Express. Hector McQueen will be on the Orient Express next week.
Yes.
Ratchet will be traveling on the Orient Express in a week.
Mm-hmm.
I know that face. That's John Armstrong's driver.
Whoa, all connected.
Foscarelli will be on the Orient Express next week. Damn, Ratchet is taking the Orient Express next week. McQueen, the district attorney's son, is too. Foscarelli, the Armstrong chauffeur, is too. It can't be a coincidence. McQueen and Foscarelli must have decided to take revenge and will undoubtedly attack Ratchet on this train. I have to be on the Orient Express to stop them. And above all, I must stop Ratchet. But I can't do it in Istanbul because there's no extradition treaty with the United States. Ratchet can never be judged in the US without an extradition treaty. I'll have to wait until he's in Paris to have him arrested.
And he ended up dead. Of course, so I need to get an Orient Express ticket. Somehow. Of course, I couldn't get any, so I have to sneak on. Right? That's why she had to sneak on.
The apartment is taken for this special anniversary journey. Oh, it's impossible to find a ticket. What can I do?
I could buy someone.
Let's find out who's traveling on the Orient Express. Time to call Braid. Braid! It's me again.
I haven't found anything useful yet.
I need one last favor. But it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Can you find me the list of passengers of the Orient Express for that anniversary trip?
Hold on. Jeez, their IT is surprisingly good. Maybe because of the big event. I found the list, but they sealed my back door as I was starting to capture it.
Oh no.
Whoa, calm down. I got one name. Female. The name I got before they kicked me off the server was Stacy Johnson. Do you feel like a Stacy Johnson?
The question is, how is she going to feel about helping me?
That's one you'll have to figure out for yourself. I gotta go back to weaving my magic on the web.
Okay, so I need to go look for Stacy Johnson. Actress. Starred in the movie Love and Despair. Sponsor of several associates helping sick children. Arrested for attacking paparazzi. Case settled out of court.
Hello, is this Stacy Johnson?
Who's asking?
My name is Joanna Locke. I'm a police detective.
And I'm just an actress. Now what did I do wrong?
Nothing. I need your help. I need to take your place in the Orient Express.
Is this a joke? No way.
Do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping?
Of course I do. That poor little girl.
I'm a police officer. I have a new lead that may help me find her killer.
Wait, didn't they prove it was the nanny?
I have found compelling new evidence. I've reopened my investigation.
You know, I had my doubts about the murderous nanny. I played a nanny a couple years ago in a slasher. I was killed in the first episode, but it got me interested in helping kids.
Stacy, please. You say you help kids?
Well, I joined a couple of associations who are trying to help underprivileged kids. If this little girl's real killer is still out there somewhere, I'd do anything I could to help.
Getting me on that train will help more than you can imagine.
So, you want my ticket for the Orient Express? But I booked it months ago. I was so much looking forward to this trip.
I'll give you twice what you paid for the ticket.
You think I care about the money? You still don't get it, do you? I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
Wait. Stacy, I can tell you care about kids. Here's your chance to help put this beast in prison for the rest of his life. Think of the publicity for those causes you care about. Think about the kids.
The kids. Yeah. All right. We'll do it for Daisy and the kids.
Okay, so we got her ticket.
Changing the tickets to your name and send it to you. Get him. Make him pay.
I will.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Although he ended up dying and not being sent to prison, but we did it. We got the ticket.
Stacy was as good as her word. I received the ticket. I called my chief to let him know I was taking my vacation time. I had coming. I flew to Istanbul. I was finally going to nail the monster responsible for Daisy Armstrong's death, Michael Clark's death, even his accomplice, and, I suspected, so many others as well. You know the rest.
Hey, I finished chapter 7. I just got that notification that I finished chapter 7. It's neat.
And that's how I found myself on this train. On Ratchet's trail. The rest, you know. My identity is easily checked with the Berkshire Police.
Thank you for your detailed account, Mademoiselle Locke. In addition to giving us crucial details of the investigation, you have made it clear that there are many who might wish to see Ratchet dead. I know you are innocent. Your forthright testimony and your movements, or lack of them, last night eliminate you from our list of suspects.
I agree, without a doubt.
Yeah, and also
Another
she's
detective would be
drugged.
Great help to the investigation.
Book,
Although my friend certainly does not need any help.
you are too kind.
Yeah,
Thank
we are
you.
Master Detective Poirot.
I'd like to help in any way I can.
Of course.
Do not worry, Mademoiselle Locke. Already I see things more clearly. It's obvious whoever drugged you was trying to derail your investigation.
Hmm.
You mean the person who did this to me is Ratchet's killer?
Both Monsieur Michel and Fraulein Schmidt had the means and opportunity to drug you. While you get your strength back, I intend to interview them.
Excellent idea, my friend. All this excitement has whetted my appetite.
Of course it
Mademoiselle
did.
Locke won't say no to a good, invigorating meal.
What? No. I want to hear what the conductor and Fräulein Schmidt have to say for themselves.
It is my duty to ensure the well-being of the passengers. If Dr. Constantine has no objection, I will escort you to the restaurant car.
On the contrary, some food will do her the greatest good.
Well,
A good poisoned meal.
Mr. Poirot, will you please keep me informed about what
Nah,
You may be certain.
I don't think she's gonna die. Hey, who killed Ratchet? No idea. Interrogate Smith and Michelle. Michelle usually sits outside. It's harder to find him. Schmidt shares her room. She's not here right now. Schmidt is... Which one is Schmidt again? Schmidt, yeah. Okay. He might be in the other car. Let's just go and talk to her. Yeah. Michelle is a bit harder to pin down because he usually sits there, but he's nowhere to be found. Look at the beautiful view. Stars. Look at that. It's neat. Oh, they're talking? Okay. Yeah, Schmidt is here. Hello, Schmidt.
Good evening, Fräulein Schmidt. May I disturb you for a moment?
You asked so politely, mein Herr, but I do not think I have a choice.
I wanted to let you know that your roommate, Mademoiselle Locke, is awake.
Ah, yes, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Did she tell you what had happened to her?
Unfortunately, she doesn't.
Yeah, we have to
remember
do a
much,
soft approach
but
for
we
this.
found a residue of a sleeping pill in her cup of tea. Since you two were alone together in your room when she drank it, who else but you could have dragged her?
Must I point out I do not make the tea on this train? You should question the conductor or the kitchen staff.
Mademoiselle Locke could have died. Whoever drugged her must not feel any empathy for their fellow human beings, given the dose that Mademoiselle Locke ingested. She was close to death.
Oh my God. What did I do? I didn't want to hurt her. Just have her sleep for a few hours while we had time.
We?
We
for
what? What do you want to do, huh?
Madame Schmidt.
You think I feel nothing? Nothing? That poor, poor little girl.
Indeed, that poor, poor little girl. Fräulein Schmidt is somehow connected to the Armstrong case.
Of course she is.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
That look at his smug face.
Fräulein Schmidt, I have a certain reputation for sniffing out.
I am not a murderer.
Forgive me, but I was going to say brilliant chefs. You were the Armstrong family's cook, were you not?
She is.
Yes. I was the cook of that lovely, lovely family. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to give me some time to collect myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this. My darling, my poor darling child.
I will give you that time, Fräulein. You have given me much more in exchange. I must check in with my other suspects to make certain I have all the pieces of the puzzle in my possession.
Okay. So I need a complete investigation. All passengers were guilty, even the conductor. Motive is clear. They're all connected to the Armstrong case. They wanted revenge on the monster who kidnapped and killed Daisy Armstrong. Okay. I need to look for Michel. Where is the man? I've seen him like a couple times, but he's constantly gone. Like, geez, hello, Mr. Michel. Do we know which room he stayed in? Like, hold on, give me a sec. 301. Okay, I'll go and see if he's in his room. 301. This is the bathroom. Nothing in here, of course. How am I supposed to look for 301? I don't know where 301 is. Okay. I'll just walk to the end and see. If I couldn't find it, then I'll just look for somewhere else. Can talk to him too.
All that snow.
Are you familiar with the concept of entropy, Monsieur McQueen?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, I didn't see you. Entropy? Randomness in a system or something?
Yes. Unpredictability. Even the best laid plans can go astray, thanks to something as simple as...
An unexpected passenger?
Perhaps. Or snow.
Okay. Oh, this is the end already. I'm supposed to look for the conductor in his room. Oh, this is Dr. Constantine.
Are you all right, Mr. Poirot? And Ms. Locke? Has she had symptoms again?
I didn't mean to disturb you, Doctor. Everything progresses satisfactorily.
Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to bother you. I didn't mean to bother you. Okay, so I need to go somewhere else. I don't know where the conductor is. It's hard to pin down that guy. Oh. I don't know if I can complete this game. I don't think so. Because I did try to look online for a walkthrough just now, and apparently you're able to get off the train and do some investigation later. So probably not done yet. I don't know if I can beat this game before I fly. I might try to stream tomorrow too, see if I can like make more progress, but I don't think I can get to beat it before I have to go. Yeah. Let me just...
Can I get you something, Monsieur Poirot? Everyone is so tense.
An aperitif soon, Monsieur Fauchet, with pleasure, when the matter is resolved.
I wanted to ask you where the conductor is, but of course I cannot. Sorry, you guys enjoy your meal. I want to see where the conductor is. Oh, it's here. Hello, conductor.
Good evening, Michel. Am I bothering you? You seem stressed.
With everything that's going on, I must admit, it's difficult to be relaxed.
Of course, I understand. Especially since we know that Detective Locke's tea was drugged before it was served to her.
Detective?
Come now, Michel. Surely you would have taken the opportunity to search her things and found her badge. Luckily, she woke up and was finally able to tell us her story.
Otaru boiled the water, Jean made the tea. I just brought it. Sir, it could have been any of the staff.
Your defense is to accuse others?
Oh.
You have a network connection?
No, unfortunately. It's just an automatic reminder.
She's Suzanne's father or something, I think.
Pierre Michel had to be involved in the murder. The drugged tea, his post at the end of the hall, and now I know why I know more than one of those people on the screen. Good job. Great. Well done. That's the right answer.
They're all connected. Oh.
Are the father of Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's nanny. My condolences on the death of your wife.
What? But my wife...
Enough lies. Suzanne does not bear your name?
No. Suzanne's mother and I were divorced. Suzanne kept her mother's name.
My most sincere condolences, Monsieur Michel, on the deaths of Suzanne and your wife.
This job, I loved them, but I was never there for them. Then, a year after the divorce, Solange became ill. Suzanne took her to this special hospital in the US. Got that job as Daisy's nanny.
I understand your pain, and the reason that led you to drug Detective Locke.
We really can't hide anything from you, can we?
Many have been foolish enough to try and keep the truth from Hercule Poirot.
Yes, I admit, I drugged the tea. But it was only to keep her quiet, until I could... But she reacted so much to the sleeping pills.
She was lucky, as are you, that she didn't die. To be frank, there is one more thing that puzzled me, but I think I understand now.
What is Mr. Hartman's relationship with Mr. Michel? Okay. I mean, Susan Monroe is dating... Noah. So he can't be Noah, right? Is he dating Mr. Michel? Is that it?
You have a certain fondness for Monsieur Hardman, no?
Cyrus is a good friend, and I appreciate him a lot, but it's not that. Cyrus was my daughter's
okay.
fiancé. I almost consider Cyrus as my own son.
My bad. I thought because Suzanne was dating Noah, so...
I have been patient long enough. It is time to go and see what all the commotion is next door. Monsieur Hardman, excellent. The gods who watch over detectives must have trapped you here.
Why didn't they watch over me? I'm a detective too. I was talking to Michelle about a leaky faucet, and I wanted to go out, but you showed up.
No need to invent some preposterous story.
But really,
Michel has told me everything. You are the fiancé of Suzanne Moreau, his daughter.
Oh. I see.
Surely this is not a big surprise to you.
No. Suzanne was the only woman I ever loved. And I failed her. We got into a spat. It was nothing, but I was too proud to apologize. We weren't speaking at all. Suzanne never really cared for that guy, Noah. She would have forgiven me. If only.
Oh,
If
damn.
only. A common refrain between lovers who quarrel. Obviously, Pierre Michel and Fräulein Schmidt both drugged Detective Locke's tea, causing the overdose. No wonder she had so much trouble waking up. Time to report my findings to her and book.
Okay, time to get out of here. Time to update our good old friends. I'm getting tired.
So, my friend, tell me, you have something new?
Mademoiselle Locke, I know who drugged you. Fräulein Schmidt and our conductor Pierre Michel both admitted putting sleeping pills into your tea. This explains your overdose. They are relieved you are recovering.
Michel drugged a passenger? On behalf of the company, I offer my apologies to you, Mademoiselle Locke. Michel will answer for this outrage.
Both of them? I was pretty sure about Fräulein Schmidt, but I admit that I did not suspect the conductor.
I have uncovered multiple connections with the Armstrong.
Everyone is connected.
Michel is the father of Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nanny, and Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé. As for Hildegard Schmidt, she was the cook of the Armstrong family. What a coincidence, don't you think?
But it's incredible! What are the odds that so many people linked to that tragic affair ended up on the same train?
It's not a coincidence. Of course it's not.
I wasn't the officer who interviewed Fräulein Schmidt back then, so she couldn't recognize me here on the train. How could they know who I was?
There were other passengers who might have. Or she may have seen you when you visited the Armstrong home. It is now clear to me that some of the clues to this elaborate plot were staged for my benefit.
Killed Ratchet and then got off.
Et voilà. Some clues and information collected so far could lead to a hypothesis. The murderer boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then left the train immediately.
How did you come to that possibility?
Monsieur Hardman told me about a short man with a high-pitched voice who threatened Ratchet. Imagine for a moment that this man, wearing a wagon-lit conductor's jacket, killed him while Michel was on the platform at Vinkovsky. This murderer then hid the conductor's jacket in Detective Locke's room, then fled before the train left.
Why choose Detective Locke's room?
Why, indeed. Let me
Okay, so he's gonna explain everything. Gonna be long. Oh, rather, okay, no. I have to reconstruct it. Of course I do. Right? Hey. They boards the train. Okay, stops. Now he boards the train. Kills Ratchet.
I do not
No?
think that's the right answer.
Okay, I messed this two up. It's fine.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Mon Dieu! Oui! That must be it! Everything fits so well!
It fits too well, my friend. Other clues lead to a second hypothesis, much more plausible. My little gray cells did not let me down. So, we have multiple murderers, all related to the Armstrong case. The murderer from Vinkovsky was a fabrication to turn suspicion away from those on the train. They expected the investigation to be led by some small-town official who could easily be misled.
Mr. Poirot?
Detective Locke, forgive me. You are an obvious exception. You tracked Ratchet with the tenacity of a bloodhound. Unfortunately for the killers, they not only had you to deal with, but now they had, and I say this with all modesty, the world's greatest
All modesty.
Hercule Poirot dropped into the midst
All
of
modesty. That's modest of Poirot.
Multiple detectives? Poirot, please take pity on me. Who is linked to this case and who is not?
Almost everybody.
I have gone speeding out of the station without you. I will continue.
Okay, 4 to 9 people we know connected. For now, we know that Hector is connected. Pierre is connected. Antonio is connected. Connected. One, two. Oh, Cyrus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I forgot the other two. Oh, her. She's connected. Would this be connected?
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't remember the last one.
I do not think that's the right answer.
I don't remember the last one.
I must admit I'm not right this time. No, not good.
The one with the bow tie? This guy? No.
This is wrong. But I'm never far.
Oh,
from
yeah, I remembered. Princess Dragomir. He's the godmother. I forgot about that. My bad.
Caroline Schmidt, Pierre Michel, Monsieur Hardman, and Monsieur McQueen are all linked to the Armstrong case. I also know that Sonia Armstrong's sister and godmother, Countess Andreni and Princess Dragomirov, are on this train. And finally, Detective Locke discovered that Mr. Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
If we add Detective Locke and Ratchet, of the 12 passengers in that coach, 9 have a connection with the Armstrong case. What next, Poirot? Or should I say, who next?
It is time to summon everyone.
Everyone? Even Dr. Constantine? The train crew other than Michel?
Dr. Constantine, yes. I will need him. But we don't want the others as witnesses.
I will see that their duties keep them occupied elsewhere.
Excellent. I have always thought this moment in a case is much like Rodin unveiling the thinker before a captivated audience.
Okay, so we're at towards the end of this part, I think.
Way, Detective?
No, Mr. Poirot. I'm happy just to slap the cuffs on him.
Well, there is some artistry in that as well, I suppose.
Where would you like the unveiling, Poirot? The lounge?
Perfect.
Then I will gather all the passengers in the lounge.
She must not like dessert because she has so much dessert left, whereas Book has finished his already. I'm Book, by the way. I'm Book. I love my dessert. I'm not going to leave my seat and my meal if I haven't finished my dessert. Okay, let's go to the lounge. Where no one's here yet. Or is it the lounge, the other car? This is the bar. My bad. Yeah, okay, lounge car.
Monsieur Book, are the train crew locked in their quarters?
Yes, they are.
Then the stage is set for the final act. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you together to hear my reconstruction of the murder of Samuel Edward Ratchet, also known as Cassetti. There is not one, but two possible solutions of the crime. I shall put them both before you, and I shall ask Monsieur Book and Dr. Constantine here to judge which solution is the correct one.
2 solutions?
Mr. Poirot, I am hardly qualified.
Nevertheless, your assistance is required. Now, you all know the facts of the case. Ratchet was found stabbed.
There's gonna be a long cutscene, people. Get prepared.
He was last known to be alive at 12:37 a.m. last night, when he spoke to the wagon-lit conductor through the door. His watch was found to be badly dented, and it had stopped at 1:15. Dr. Constantine, who examined the body, puts the time of death as having occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning. At half an hour after midnight, as you all know, the train ran into a snowdrift. After that time, it was impossible for anyone to leave the train. So, here is my first theory. The enemy, as Ratchet expected, joined the train at Vinkovsky by the door left open by Captain Arbuthnot and Monsieur McQueen, who had just descended to the platform. He was equipped with a wagon-lit jacket, which he wore over his ordinary clothes, and a pass key which enabled him to gain access to Ratchet's compartment in spite of the doors being locked. Ratchet was under the influence of a sleeping draught. This man stabbed him with great ferocity, 12 wounds in all. He left the compartment through the communicating door to Madame Hubbard's compartment.
Yes, that's so. Scared me half out of my wits.
The murderer thrust the dagger he had used into Mrs. Hubbard's handbag in passing. Without knowing it, he lost a button of his uniform. Then he slipped out of the compartment and along the corridor. He put the uniform jacket into Detective Locke's suitcase to cast suspicion on her. And a few minutes later, dressed in his ordinary clothes, he left the train just before it started off again, using the same means for egress, the door near the dining car.
Okay, that's solution 1. I'm trying not to interrupt him when he's talking, so I'm like being quiet.
That is the first hypothesis. But there's a second. For that, we must examine the motive for the crime. Why was Ratchet killed?
You're looking, yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. You know. Okay, you mean you were looking. Okay, that's fine too. Now, I hope you enjoy your lurk. I don't know we're at the end of the game or not, but we're at the case where he's talking about the whole motive and everything.
The motive is clear. Revenge, of course.
Yeah,
Nothing
great audio.
was stolen.
Glad to hear
And
that.
you know that Ratchet had made many enemies. This was a premeditated crime, meticulously planned since the kidnapping and death of little Daisy Armstrong, which traumatized many people close to the family. Even when the police concluded that it was Suzanne
Yeah, first
Moreau,
degree murder.
questions remained. Detective Locke continued her investigation, as did others. They became convinced the truth lay elsewhere. We now know who the real murderer of Daisy is. It is clear now that Daisy's killer was Ratchet, also known as Cassetti and Michael Clark and how many other names. But of course, many of you have known this for a long time. It is obvious that the 12 stab wounds are not a random number. Dr. Constantine's analysis revealed that some stab wounds appeared to have been caused by a right-handed attacker. Others indicated the knife wielder was left-handed. Some wounds were deep, more than one fatal, yet others were not much more than mere scratches. What can explain these discrepancies? This leads us to an obvious conclusion. They are symbolic. Come now, Poirot.
Oh, the jury.
Years old.
Sorry. I'm not from the United States. I don't know how many people are there in a jury, okay? You can't blame me for not knowing this, okay? I don't know. I don't know.
12 stabs. 12! The same number as a trial jury in the United States. But not just a jury of 12 members condemning him to death, but 12 executioners as well. This self-appointed jury had meticulously planned for everything except
Snow.
snow. The avalanche that stopped us, as well as the presence of not one but two detectives on the train. They had to improvise, to hastily add clues and false leads. This woman in a red kimono does not exist. I don't know which of the passengers it was. It does not really matter. It was just a performance, a charade to introduce another possible culprit to muddy the waters. The time on
No, I have to pick all of them, okay.
watch was deliberately set to conceal the true time of the crime. The vial of vaping liquid incriminated Captain Arbuthnot. However, he had a solid alibi confirmed by Monsieur McQueen. Impossible then to suspect him. The conductor's jacket, found in Detective Locke's suitcase, was put there only to cast suspicion upon her. All these false leads were intended for me. But I am Poirot. I understood the truth. We have a train full of suspects. It's time to identify who the real culprits are. Let's start with Detective Locke. Planting the conductor's jacket.
Yeah,
in
she's
her
not
suitcase
involved.
was an attempt to implicate Detective Locke, but she couldn't fake her drugged condition. Dr. Constantine can testify that the drugged tea incapacitated her for hours, and she had 2 relapses. Let us move on to Monsieur McQueen. When I told him about Cassetti, he looked very surprised that I managed to make the connection between him and the Armstrong case. He told me, "But I thought we had..." I think he meant... You thought you didn't leave any real clues linking the murder to the Armstrong kidnapping. Moreover, you insisted that Ratchet did not speak French when you knew I had heard a voice calling out in French that was supposed to be Ratchet.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
You took some pleasure in leaving me false clues, I think. It was quite annoying. But you told me yourself that your father was the district attorney who handled the Armstrong case.
The case haunted my father. At first, he believed Suzanne Moreau had helped her boyfriend, Noah, to kidnap Daisy, even though there were questions that went unanswered, and a young policewoman refused to let it go, continuing to find discrepancies, but never enough to reopen the official investigation.
That policewoman sits there. Her name is Joanna Locke.
Then tell him. Tell him how in the end my father believed you, how he resigned a job that he loved, racked with guilt that he may have let that monster go free. He died young, broken, his faith in justice broken. That's what Ratchet did to him.
Thank you for your honesty, Monsieur McQueen. Your father is one more victim of the man who called himself Ratchet.
Yeah, Ratchet is a bad guy. So bad.
Now, I will turn to Ratchet's valet, Monsieur Masterman.
No, he's not involved. He's not involved.
Poirot, remember
Oh, he
Ratchet's
is?
sleeping pills.
Wait, he did?
Ratchet sensed danger.
I did not. I thought 9. Oh, 12. So all of them are involved.
Gave him sleeping pills without his knowledge.
Well, damn.
Once he was sound asleep,
Okay.
you could do what you had to do in peace.
Sir, I'll tell you the truth. I was Colonel Armstrong's adjutant in the war, sir, and afterwards, I was his valet in New York.
I thought it was just the 9. I thought it was just 9 that were linked to the Armstrong, case, right, that we found, but apparently not. All 12 of them, I think it's involved. I think.
Now, to leave no suspicious stone unturned, let us move on to Monsieur Bouc.
What? Me? A suspicious stone?
Nah, he did not.
His lofty position as director does not clear him of suspicion. Murderers can come in all shapes and sizes.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but...
Book, my friend, of course you are not guilty.
Wrong reason, but yeah, he's not
could to get
involved.
me on this train. What madness would cause you to ensure...
What if it was a
I
guy
speak
whose
with
dad
all
is a district
modesty,
thingy, a 12
the
jurors in the
best
court?
detective in the
I mean, he's a
world
district
would be
attorney as like,
to
I think
witness
the person residing over the case.
Friendship count as
I'm
well?
not sure how it works
Assuredly,
in
but
the United States, I'm sorry.
murderer can wear all sorts of masks, including friendship. Let us consider our ever-efficient wagon-lit conductor, Pierre Michel.
Yes, yes, he did.
No, that
Oh,
is his motive. I need real tangible
The drugging.
Your admission
My
that you
bad.
drugged Detective Locke immediately incriminates you. But the murder could not have been possible without your very capable assistance. Your knowledge of train procedures made the murder possible, and your position in the corridor of the train allowed you to be the perfect alibi for several passengers. And your motive? Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's poor nanny, who was wrongly accused and committed suicide, was your daughter.
C'est un foiré. He got what he deserved. My poor daughter has finally been avenged. My Suzanne. My child.
Let's move on now to Monsieur Hardman, one of 3 detectives on this train.
Yeah, there are 3 detectives. And yes, no, yes, he did.
Monsieur Hardman, I think you are a real detective, but you were never hired by Ratchet. Your alibi was that you were watching the corridor to protect Ratchet, which, of course, you never did. You protected Pierre Michel. However, we just saw that his alibi doesn't hold up, so neither does yours.
I don't know about the conductor.
Being Suzanne's fiancé, you had a substantial motive to punish Ratchet. You used your detective skills, just as Detective Locke did, to hunt him down and finally avenge the death of your beloved.
That's right, Mr. Poirot.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some detective skills.
I never doubted it. Now, Fraulein Schmidt, the lady's maid with the soul of a cook.
Yes, he did. Yes, she did.
Fraulein Schmidt, you told me of your remorse for drugging Detective Locke. I believe you are sincere. However, as the cook of the Armstrong family, you experienced the drama from within. The death of Daisy, then Sonia Armstrong, who died in childbirth, and finally, Suzanne and John Armstrong.
Yeah, the entire family died. Like, she's the only one left.
This criminal is only justice.
Let us
Ratchet
move
is
on to
such an
Countess
ass, man. He really deserved to die, I swear.
The earnestness of her husband when he swore to me solemnly on his honor that his wife never left her compartment that night. Should I believe it? Even if it seems logical, it's more complicated than that. I believe Countess Andrény.
So she didn't do it, he did it.
Countess Andrény is young and fit.
I thought she was sick. Sorry, my
quite
bad.
Capable of stabbing Ratchet. The problem must be somewhere else.
At least she told me.
Countess Andrény.
At least like Poirot was like telling me in his head, like,
You had every
Vertigo
reason
isn't that
in the
bad? Well,
world to want to avenge her. But
I have experienced vertigo before, but for me, because I also have like motion sickness
even after what he
and
had done to you
migraines,
and your family,
it usually
the night
just
of the
like
crime,
my vertigo
you
comes with my
simply took
migraines
a
and
sleeping pill. I appreciate
it's bad.
the irony that
Or it comes with my
nearby
motion sickness,
Detective
either
Locke
one,
was
right?
also in a
Which
drugged
makes it
state.
worse.
When
So-
you awoke, you
For me,
thought
it's like,
the nightmare
oh,
was
she has
over.
vertigo. Won't be able to do it, right?
Excellent
But that's just me.
transition. I was
Poirot doesn't
coming to
agree,
you,
but
Andrény.
he's the master detective. I'm not. Okay, I'm wrong. I think he did it.
12 people, a jury.
Yeah, he replaced the
This was
wife.
very important to all of you. If Countess Andrény did not stab Ratchet, someone had to take her place. And you, Count, the beloved husband. I've seen how fiercely you love and protect your wife.
Enough! I would do anything for Helena.
Yeah, this guy's hot. Okay,
Even that.
Yes.
really loves his
even
wife
that.
too.
Let's move on to Monsieur Foscarelli.
But yeah, like Mr. Backgammon, like we're buddies in that vertigo and all the other thing bad. And yes, he did.
Detective Locke found out that you were the Armstrong chauffeur, and that you planned to travel on the same train at the same time as Ratchet. That is what made her decide to obtain a ticket as well. Unfortunately, she could not prevent the murder. Have you lost your tongue, Mr. Foscarelli?
Oh, Daisy. She was the delight of the house. Tonio, she called me. And she would sit in the car and pretend to drive me.
And you, Mademoiselle Olson, a champion for the immigrants, a worthy calling.
I don't think so.
I do not think
Wait, she
that's
did?
the right answer.
What did she do? I forgot. I don't remember.
Mademoiselle Olson,
Ah.
you supported Madame Hubbard's story.
That's why close your
about her
eyes and laying
connecting
down. I
door
feel like
latch,
everything's
a
spinning
story
perfectly. Oh my
that I
god, that's
later
bad. Like,
demonstrated
I'm lucky
to
enough
be
that
impossible. So
you
deliberately
so long as I don't get
lied
my
to me,
migraines
and you also lied
to-
about
to,
Mademoiselle Debenham's whereabouts.
Okay, you know what? Let me just let him finish first.
Enough. I can't take this anymore. I know what you want from me, Mr. Poirot.
I don't want to interrupt them anymore.
Well, here it is.
She was my little Daisy, my angel, so patient. When I patched a scrape or took her temperature, that was my job. But she was so much more to me. She was a shining light in an ever-darkening world. I've tried to honor her by caring for children who have lost everything.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Olsen. You too shed light on your part in this mystery.
Okay, now I can speak. But yeah, for me, I'm lucky enough that if I can control my migraines, which I do, like I can sense it now, because it's like genetic. Okay, got it from my mom, so I can feel when the migraine's coming, which immediately I either go to bed if I'm at home, or I just pretty much just take painkillers immediately. And if it doesn't get too bad, I don't get the vertigo. I do get motion sickness from playing games though. So sometimes I do have that feeling of vertigo, but I'm lucky enough I don't get it as often as other people. But yeah, closing your eyes and everything spinning, I know that feeling. It's terrible. It really is terrible.
You were Daisy Armstrong's nurse. I will ask you no more questions. It is enough that you have admitted what I know to be the truth, and I understand. Let's move on. Dr. Constantine.
You suspect me? I know none of these people. I didn't know Ratchet either, and I've taken a solemn oath to help people, not murder them.
But yeah, he didn't do it.
You are one of the few people in this room not to have any connection with the Armstrong case. Moreover, your alibi is confirmed by Monsieur Bouc, whom I would trust with my life.
That is very kindly said, my friend.
We now come to Mademoiselle Debenham and Captain Arbuthnot, whose relationship was not in doubt from the moment I inspected your room at the hotel.
You have a bloody nerve.
Indeed, I do.
We're getting married.
Congratulations. But I would rather talk about your relationship to John Armstrong.
How am I supposed to know this? I don't. I don't. But yeah, glad you're not getting dizzy as often, Mr. Backgaming. Like, I do get dizzy sometimes, but luckily enough for me, not often either. When I do though, I hate it. I really hate it. But luckily it's not a normal, common thing for me, which is good. Because dizziness is like, it's not like migraines. Like for me, migraines like before I let it get bad, like when I feel it coming, I just take painkillers and I can stop it and control it. But if you get dizzy, nothing you can do about being dizzy. Actually, at least for me, no amount of medication can help with that. At least not the ones I have at home. You know, because if I do get dizzy, it means my migraine is so bad. And the only medication I could get for that is only available at the hospital. It's so hard to get the first time. Migraine got so bad, I had to go to a hospital, and the medications that I got were only available in the hospital because of how strong they are. Can't get it over the counter. No, and one of them I think was so strong that the pill was so tiny. But the doctor told me I could only eat like half of it. So I have to cut it in half. Because the full pill is very strong. So unless it's very bad, then you take the full pill. If not, I take the half pill. And I was too afraid of taking a full pill and having it be too much. Because I was taking other medications as well to help with the migraine. So I took the half pill. But yeah, that was a couple of years ago. I've since tried to control my migraine so it never got that bad anymore. but it can be bad. But I'm gonna guess soldiers. Okay, let's talk about the game. I'm gonna guess soldiers because I really don't know. It looks like a soldier with the scars, right?
Not let me down. Captain Arbuthnot, you served in the army with John Armstrong. What I don't understand is why a man your age is still a captain. One might expect you to be a colonel as well.
Ever fought in a war, Poirot?
It was war that first brought me to England.
Then you know what it's like. There's a shattering sound, and death, and mistakes, acting on intelligence that proved to be wrong. I sent a patrol to their death. Good men, brave men, wasted. John testified on my behalf at a court-martial. I'm not a colonel. I don't deserve to be, you bloody fool. But I'm also not in prison. John remained my best friend until... There, you have my story. Understand now?
Archie, calm down, please.
You're right, Mary. What you see in me, I don't understand.
Oh, Archie, I see in you what John saw.
Miss Debenham, I'm sorry.
My turn, is it?
I'm afraid so. And you have caused me quite a puzzlement. Your connection with the Armstrong family was not obvious. Then I remembered the job you currently hold.
And yeah, okay. This is one thing that I can't blame the game for, because I think this is a thing that has to do with the story, that the clues sometimes it's like so minuscule, right? What links the suspect to the case? Because some are very obvious, like some like you knew, okay, this is their connection to the family, where they're involved, it's all laid out for you. And some is just so tiny. They mentioned it like once and then you're like, okay, that's it. You're supposed to somehow to be able to know, okay, yeah, they are connected because of this one thing that they mentioned it once. The first time you see them appear or they show up in the book or something. It's kind of frustrating sometimes when that happens, but that's mystery like Poirot over, yeah.
That's the right answer.
Like Hercule Poirot, like Agatha Christie does that a lot. And also, and like Sherlock also does that too sometimes.
You were the teacher of Helena Andrény, whose maiden name was Helena Goldenberg before she married Count Andrény.
Yes, absolutely. Why lie to you? She was an excellent student.
Captain Arbuthnot.
He did.
You had one of the strongest alibis, thanks to Mr. McQueen. But his testimony melted like a snowflake. There went your alibi. Poof! Unless you have another one. As for you, Mademoiselle Debenham.
Did she?
Mademoiselle Olsen was the only one who could confirm your alibi. I think you know where you stand.
Very good, Mr. Poirot. Are you satisfied?
I will be, soon. Now I must turn to Sonia Armstrong's godmother, Princess Dragomirov. Princess Dragomirov, you weren't on my list of suspects at the start, given your social position.
I left my social position in a cold country.
Do you object to being addressed as Princess?
I deny people the opportunity. It makes a good story to tell their friends. It also guarantees a good table in the best restaurants.
Princess, there is also, forgive me, your extreme physical fragility.
It does not stop me when I must be strong.
Indeed. Of more importance, though, is the fact that you're the only left-handed person on the train.
Oh, she's the only left-handed person? Wow.
To ratchet from a left-handed person was very, forgive me, weak. Finally, I'm afraid I know the alibi that you shared with Fraulein Schmidt is false.
You have been very thorough, sir. I hope you will permit me to say we are much alike.
I am honored. Now it is time to end with Mrs. Hubbard, or should I say, Linda Arden. If Princess Dragomirov hadn't told me about her relationship with this famous actress, I might not have made the connection. But you are a great actress, madame. Your performance as a flighty, self-involved woman was superb.
Yeah, she's really good at that.
I never would have guessed something entirely different. As for what ties you to the Armstrong family, it is obvious.
She's the mother.
That was easy. Mrs. Hubbard, you are the mother of Sonia Armstrong and Mrs. Andreni.
No, I mean yes. The
fact that
oh no,
Mrs.
the toilet
Hubbard
bag, the
has
toilet bag.
direct access to Ratchet's room is no accident, but it does not incriminate her directly.
Sorry, I meant this one.
Hubbard, you really are a remarkable actress. You put so much effort into your character and into staging the murder. I saw it as a perfect mosaic, each person playing his or her allotted part. So carefully arranged that if suspicion should fall on any one person, the evidence of one or more of the others would clear the accused person and confuse the issue. Everything was meticulously planned. But you hadn't expected that Detective Locke and I would be on this train, and the avalanche would block it on the night of the murder. You had to improvise. But again, improvisation would be another of your skills as an actress. So, you came up with the story that the latch on the door that communicated with Ratchet's compartment was hidden by the handbag.
I always fancied myself in comedy parts. That slip about the sponge bag was silly. It shows you should always rehearse properly. You know all about it, Mr. Poirot. You're a very wonderful man, but even you can't quite imagine what it was like. That awful day. I was just crazy with grief. So were the servants. We decided then and there.
It's very
the
sad.
sentence of death that Ratchet had escaped had got to be carried out. There were 12 of us, or rather 11. Suzanne's father was over in France, of course. First we thought we'd draw lots as to who should do it, but in the end we decided on this way. It was the driver, Antonio, who suggested it. Mary worked out all the details later with Hector McQueen. It took a long time to perfect our plan. We first had to track Ratchet down. Hardman managed that in the end. Then we had to try and get Edward and Hector into his employment. Well, we managed that. Then we had a consultation with Suzanne's father. Captain Arbuthnot was very keen on having 12 of us. He seemed to think it made it more orderly. He didn't like the stabbing idea much, but he agreed that it did solve most of our difficulties. Well, Suzanne's father was willing. Suzanne had been his only child. We knew from Hector that Ratchet would be coming back from the east, sooner or later, by the Orient Express. With Pierre Michel actually working on that train, the chance was too good to be missed. My daughter's husband had to know, of course, and he insisted on coming on the train with her. Hector wrangled it so that Ratchet selected the right day for traveling when Michel would be on duty. And then, at the last minute, you came. For the rest of the story, you worked out everything, Mr. Poirot. You were right about all of us. What are you going to do about it? If it must all come out, can't you lay the blame upon me, and me only? I would have stabbed that man 12 times willingly. It wasn't only that he was responsible for my daughter's death, and her child's, and that of the other child who might have been alive and happy now. It was more than that. There had been other children kidnapped before Daisy, and there might be others in the future. Society had condemned him. We were only carrying out the sentence, but it's unnecessary to bring all these others into it. All these good, faithful souls.
Oh dear, choice.
You are a director of the company.
Oh boy.
Monsieur Book. What do you say?
In my opinion, Poirot, the first theory you put forward was the correct one. Decidedly so. I suggest that that is the solution we offer to the police. You agree, Doctor?
Certainly, I agree. As regards the medical evidence, I think that I made one or two fantastic suggestions.
Then, having placed my solution before you, I have the honor to retire from the case.
Yeah. Okay. That's the solution to the case, guys. For those of you who have played the original, this ending is very similar, to the one from Adventure Company. They are very similar to one another. Oh, there's another cutscene. It's not ended yet? Don't tell me there's another murder. There's already the credits rolling.
I'm sorry to wake you up in the middle of the night, Poirot, but it couldn't wait. There was a detail that bothered me in my preliminary autopsy of Ratchet's body. I went back to examine the body and I discovered a wound covered by another. The blow I hadn't seen was delivered by a thinner, sharper blade. So there were not 12, but 13 stab wounds.
12 stabs for 12 jurors. It doesn't work with 13 wounds. The symmetry.
Like,
is
for
destroyed.
fuck's sake. Let the game end already.
Doctor, a different knife was used.
Oh
There
my
is
good
only
God.
one explanation. Somehow, some way, there is a 13th murderer on this train. We must tell Book. The case is not solved.
For fuck's sake. 13-1 for the judge. I mean, the son was part of the 12th, though. I'm not sure. I don't know. I keep continuing this game. I thought I beat it, and I was like, "Yay! I beat it!" And then I'm going on vacation. And I finished, but then I'm not apparently.
Yes. The way was finally cleared while we slept. If all goes well, we will arrive in Venice this evening. The train will be there for several hours for refueling and reprovisioning. What do we do with the 13th murderer? Do you have a lead?
I thought about it. There is one clue that was left aside in my investigation. The diary I found in Ratchet's safe mentioned an appointment in Venice. Someone with the initials AW. He will never keep the appointment. But there should be enough time. I must try to keep that appointment for him.
Okay. So... I don't remember. It's so long ago. Can I open this and see? Yeah, let me take a look. Arriving to Venice. Meeting AW on the 18th. Okay. Alright. So yeah.
That happens to me a lot.
The new game decides to change things and make the game a bit longer. So that right after the supposed case ended, they extended it. Of course it did. But I might have to do it tomorrow. Yeah, either in the afternoon or evening because or if I'm not feeling well enough to do it, I probably have to do it when I get back, unfortunately. Because for those of you watching me live, I am going on vacation next week, okay? Rather the week after. Like, I'm flying off on Friday. Like very early Friday. I have to wake up like at like 3 a.m. or something, you know, to shower and everything, get to the airport. It's a very early flight. Okay, I won't be able to stream. And I don't know how long this game is. I thought I beat the game. I was like, yay. And then like the credits started rolling and then they stopped. Why do you trick me like that, game? Why? And I couldn't find how many like chapters are there for this. So I am very confused. I don't know how many chapters are there for this game. I really don't know. But yeah, I did know that there will be another like big investigation like in Venice. Because it's on Google. Right, I saw it. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but I will try to stream tomorrow. Probably in the afternoon. You know, probably in the afternoon. Which afternoon for me? After game takes approximately 10 hours. Yeah, well, I've gone way past that. I think I've gone way past 10 hours by this point. How many streams have I taken for this game? I think about 3 now. I'm about there, I think. Yeah, but I think I went past 10 hours, so I'm really close to 10 hours already because probably because I get stuck a lot. This game is not as easy as it seems. Like, but that's the case with Agatha Christie games, though. Like, they're always like not easy and not as linear. I think it's the best way I could put it, because like if you ever played like Nancy Drew games, right? It's different from that, because Nancy Drew games, to me at least, is pretty straightforward. You know, like you have a task list and everything. Like you know exactly what to do. The puzzles, it's pretty like straightforward to me at least, having played several Nancy Drew games. I don't know about Seven Keys, but for the previous ones, you know, it's kind of easy. This one though, not easy. It's not. That 13 chapters. Okay, wait, let me save my game and see how many chapters I'm at. I think I'm at 7 or 8. Okay, I'm 9. I'm at 9 chapters, so usually I beat about 2 chapters or 3 chapters at most in one playthrough. Yeah. I finished chapter 6, 7, 8. I'm at the start of 9. So yes, even if I stream tomorrow, I won't be able to beat this game before I have to go on my vacation. So unfortunately, I will have to take a bit longer to beat the game. And also the cutscene already took a long time. So this VOD that's going up on YouTube, this part is going to be very long. Okay. The recordings are like 1 hour 18 minutes at this point. So yes, I'm definitely not going to be able to beat the game before I have to fly off on my vacation. I'll have to miss a week and then come back the week after. So like 2 weeks. I'll be so lost when I get back. I have to rewatch my VODs and everything to get back to speed. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to beat this week, unfortunately. So I'll have to take a break, like a holiday, because also I can't stream more because I remember I have to pack. I have to pack for my vacation because, like I said, flying off on Friday. I'm working on weekdays, you know, for the whole day, right? I won't have the time to pack on like Thursday night either because, like I said, my flight is very, very early. So yes, I probably have to come back and then play. But, well, if you're watching on YouTube, it's not a problem for you guys because I'll have the videos like uploaded, you know. So you have videos to watch throughout the week. So you won't miss that much if you're watching on YouTube. You it just flows nicely. But if for people on Twitch, you're watching me live now, like Mr. Back Gaming or anyone who's lurking or anyone's gonna watch the stream after, you might be a bit lost and confused because I'll be missing 2 weeks. A week and then after, right? Because I only stream on the weekend, so it's about 2 weeks before I can get back to playing this. But unfortunately, that's the best I could do because I'm going on vacation and I will enjoy it. And yeah, safe. But yeah, I'll stop talking now. I keep talking and then the video goes longer.